Hello and welcome back to another episode. It is a Sunday. I don't ever record on Sundays. I do it on Wednesdays, but because I want to show you how I meal plan and how I do everything, this is why I'm doing it today because I always do this on Sundays. Um, I want to chat about firstly a TikTok video I saw. So I'm going to show it to you. I've got it on my phone. I think it'd be very valuable for you to listen to, and then we can chat about what I think, and also you can give your own perspective on it too. So let me just get that up.
I'm going to be real honest right now.
This is it.
I actually found it easier being fat because I didn't give a fuck. I was the size, I don't know, 22. I didn't care what I wore. Didn't care what I put in my mouth. None of that. So, I didn't prevent myself from putting on weight, and now I have to prevent myself from putting on weight and reverting back to what I once was. And wow, the pressure is so fucking hard. Like, I have to be in check 24/7 about what I do, how I move my body, how I nourish my body, how I do fucking everything with my body. Anyway, that is all. I'm going to be.
So with that, I found it a very interesting perspective, and she is 100% right. It is so much easier to just not care. However, obviously it's easy in the aspect of what you're putting in your body is easier when you don't care, but also how you feel or how your life looks like when you don't care is obviously a whole lot harder too. And obviously I've never been in her position where I was once overweight or obese or anything like that. But even if you are wanting to have a healthy lifestyle or just maintain a healthy body for the rest of your life, you do have to be also on top of it 24/7. I mean, with me and my friends, we always, even my husband as well, we always talk about what's our eating like, what we're doing for exercise, because we're always wanting to keep on top of it. It'd be easier for us just to not to care and not want to exercise or just eat whatever we want. But at the same time, we can't then complain or be upset if we don't like how we look because we're not looking after ourselves and keeping on top of things. So I think she's 100% right. And also when you do get to your healthy weight, it is a constant battle, especially if you have once been in the position where you've been not happy or you've been overweight or obese and now you're back at a healthy weight. The fear of not going back there can be really, really scary and overwhelming and stressful as well. However, I could just imagine that she probably does feel a whole lot better about herself. It's just that constant mental load to always have to be on top of it can be really draining and really tiresome and exhausting to constantly be thinking about it. I do think as you go on, it gets easier and easier to make better choices and to be on top of things. But at the same time, when you think about where she once was to where she was now, it probably also seems like it's a massive, massive change for her and a massive difference in her thoughts and her mental thoughts, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say as well. That doesn't really make sense, but you get what I mean. But I'd love to know your perspective on that. If you have been at a bigger body and now you're at a smaller body, how has that impacted you to constantly be on top of it? Or if you're on your way there, are you worried about that? Because it will happen and you will constantly have to be thinking about, what am I eating? How's this impacting my health? How's this impacting my health? And constantly having to make better choices and good choices each week, and also pick yourself up on it before it gets too late if you notice habits slipping. Even if you haven't been overweight or obese, or you're just wanting to be like the healthiest version of you, it is a constant thought and it is a constant thing you constantly have to be thinking about, because you see as people get older, they notice weight slowly starts to pile on, and it's because they haven't been looking after their health or looking after their fitness for the past 10 years or whatever it's been. So the weight does slowly start to creep on. So it is a constant thing. And even in today's society, we have access to whatever we want, whenever we want. We have a phone where we can get Uber Eats whenever we want. Not for me though, because I live in a regional area that doesn't allow for Uber Eats. I have Menulog, but unless I want my food arriving cold and about an hour and a half later, it's not worth it. So even on those days where I just can't be buggered, I can't get food delivered, but most people can. If you live in the city, you can get whatever you want, whenever you want. You're at work, don't feel like your sandwich, Uber Eats. If you at home and you just can't do all the cooking, Uber Eats. Like there's always something that you can get, and you can get that whenever you want. And to be able to fight against that and actually be disciplined and make your food that you're meant to be having and not resort to things that are easier is hard. So it is hard to like maintain things and keep on top of your nutrition. It's a constant mental load for me, myself, and I. I'm always thinking about it. I am always thinking about my nutrition and what I'm having and how much I've moved my body. And it is stressful. And sometimes I even think like, I wish I didn't have the knowledge that I have. Sometimes I wish I didn't have it, because knowing everything, knowing what calories are in food, knowing their macronutrient distribution, and knowing everything is actually annoying sometimes, not all the time, because I'm sure a lot of people would love to have the knowledge I have and, you know, be able to do everything on their own. But knowing everything and knowing the calories in food can be just a massive mental load to always be on top of and thinking about, because I'll have, just say, I do have those moments where I can't be fudged and I go through a drive-through to grab something. I know exactly how many calories I'm having without even having to look at a menu. I know exactly what's in it. I know exactly what it's doing in my body, everything. And it makes you feel guilty when you want to have certain things. And sometimes you just like, stuff it, I want it, but then you have that guilt afterwards because you know it wasn't the best choice, and you could have just been a big girl and gone home and just waited till you got home and get something, make something once you get home. It'll be a better choice. So it is a constant thing to be thinking about. And when you do start to have more knowledge on nutrition, which a lot of my clients do now, you have that as well, where you're just like, fuck's sake, why do I want to know? I don't want to know the calories in food. I don't want to know what this is going to be doing for my body. I know that this is not a good option, but you still end up making that choice, or to push yourself to make a better choice is bloody hard. So it is easier to just not know anything about nutrition and not know what to do. But at the same time, that comes with its own things that make it challenging in life, like putting on weight, not being able to fit into your clothes, not feeling confident, not feeling good in your body. That's all the stuff that comes with it when you don't want to know anything about nutrition, or you don't want to make the effort with your nutrition. You might have those people in your life. I have people in my life who are a healthy weight. I wouldn't say they're fit and healthy, but they're at a healthy weight, quotation marks, and they don't look after their health in whatsoever, but they still maintain a healthy weight. And this only will last for so long. Like, it's not going to last forever, unless they just starve themselves, skip meals, which I'm sure some of these people might do. But overall, are they actually happy and healthy and feeling good? Probably not. So for most people, and especially in my friendship circle, which is very small, I don't really have many friends, but we are not always talking about it, but it's always a topic of discussion. So when I started at the gym, I was talking about it to my friend, how just disappointed I was in myself for not being able to maintain working out from home. It just wasn't working for me. And I tried and I realized, okay, it's not working. I need to do something about it. We talk about that. And she talks about how she goes to the gym early, and sometimes she's up at like 4 or 5 a.m. to go, because she has to go, because she has to maintain a healthy weight. And that's so important to her, to feeling good and looking good and everything as well. We always talk about what food we're having or what we're doing with our nutrition at the moment. It's not all we talk about. It's just usually like a 5-minute conversation on a phone compared to everything else we talk about. But it is something that we're always chatting about and just keeping on top of, which I think is important because it keeps us in check, and also knowing we're not alone with just having to eat well and wanting to eat well too. Yeah. So if you have friends that you can just bounce off each other and talk about things, it makes you feel like, okay, this is the right way to be living. This is how I should be eating. This is how I should be moving my body. It's normal to do this. It's nothing extreme. You just have to do it if you want to be healthy. If you want to reach 50, 60, or even 70 years old, and you see those people that are like fit as and healthy as, and you want to be that person, that starts now. You've got to be on top of it now if you want to be that person. If you want to be that person in their 50s, 60s, 70s that starts developing diseases and, oh, I've got type 2 diabetes and I've got this, I've got high cholesterol, I've got high blood pressure, my bones are breaking, all this, that those ailments come now. So I was in those ailments happen from the choices you make now. That's what comes later. So if you want to have that healthy, fit lifestyle when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever age you get to, whatever you're at now, it starts now with making these better choices. For me, I literally think about myself in my 50s and 60s and 70s. I don't know if I will have kids or not then, no idea, but I don't want to be that person that is constantly breaking bones and unhealthy and someone has to look after. I want to be independent. I want to be able to do everything myself. I want to be able to sit on a chair and actually get back up. I want to be able to sit on the floor and actually be able to stand back up, and all these things when I'm older. And I know that starts now. I have had tests done that have told me I have low bone mineral density. So I've got thinner bones, I think it means, or weaker bones than the average person. And what prevents that is weight training. And that is the only thing that gets me through going to the gym. I think because I've been at my leanest weight and I know what comes with that and what I thought about myself when I was the leanest weight, I don't care for how I look in the mirror much anymore. I know if I just keep up on my nutrition and my exercise, I will always be at a healthy weight if I keep on top of that. But I don't care about being lean or having abs showing or having the biggest booty in the gym. I don't know. I'm way past that. I don't care. When I go to the gym, all I'm thinking about is, okay, am I building muscle? Am I getting stronger? And this is actually weird, but I literally picture the muscles pulling on my bones, which will be tearing my muscles to help build them and help strengthen my bones as well. That's what I literally picture when I go to the gym, like to do a bit more, my bones will keep them being strong. That's what I keep thinking, because when I'm older, I don't want to be that person. And that is a constant mental thing that's going. And if I skip the gym a few times in a week, I do end up a bit pissed off at myself, because I'm like, that's a week where I could have just been building more muscle and strengthening bones and keeping on top of that. Because I don't want to be breaking bones when I'm older. I've already broken one bone. That was playing netball though. I don't do sports. I'm not a sports person. And I, tried to get out of my comfort zone and do that and broke my foot. It still plays up today, actually. Like sometimes my foot gets sore now. So I couldn't imagine if I was constantly breaking bones, how just shit I would feel all the time. But yes, I hope you found this little chat interesting. Unfortunately, going back to what I was just talking about, but I had a client once say, like, I just want to eat what I want to eat. I'm like, yes, so do I. I don't want to eat a lentil salad with tuna every day for a week, but I have to. I don't have to if I don't want to. But if I want to be a healthy person and I want to maintain a healthy weight, you got to do shit you don't want to do. Sometimes I don't feel like it. I feel like hot chips and a burger. I want to go to grilled because that's freaking amazing. Get the bird and brie burger. Yum. But no, that's not going to get me to where I want to be. And I know I need to do things that I want to do because you just have to. Like tough titties, right? You just have to. Anyway, this episode I want to talk about my nutrition and how I meal plan for the week, because I think it's really important. I've been really on top of going to the gym lately, really, really on top of it. And I know I could be doing better in the gym if I was a bit more tighter on my nutrition. I know I can do a lot better. So I'm going to meal plan everything. I always do it in my head anyway, because like I said before, I know everything about everything with food and it's just all in my head. But I want to actually write it down, because I've noticed I've been a little bit slack with protein intake, a little bit slack with skipping snacks, or if I'm not hungry, I'm like, oh, just won't have dinner. Little things like that are creeping in, and that's not good. And this is something I catch my clients on. I'm like, no, do better. But now I'm doing it. So I need to just be on top of it, because eating well is something that comes easy to me, but little habits that are not great creep back in. And if I don't get on top of them now, how much worse is it going to get? I need to be on top of it. I'm doing well in the gym and my nutrition needs to support that, because I actually want to do a chin up. And I know if I build muscle and actually get my protein and my calorie intake right each week consistently, I will get there. So I am going to go and share my screen. Share. Great. So I'm on my fitness pal, so I'm just going to use this because it's easier. Alrighty. I already worked out my calorie intake. I didn't want to put my height and weight because I don't really care if anyone knows my weight, but I don't want anyone to compare their weight to me. If anyone asked me in person or in my calls, I would tell them I don't care, but I just don't want anyone to compare themselves to me. Anyway, so I've set my calorie intake for 1,600 calories, which is slightly less than my maintenance calories, only by 100 calories less. And I want to be eating at maintenance, and I know I might have an extra snack or an extra piece of chocolate here and there. So I'm going to set my calories to 100 calories lower than what's expected than what I need, just to buffer in for that, and also I eat a little bit more on the weekend, so all that would counterbalance that. Now, I know my grams of protein, so I'm doing 1.5 grams times my body weight. So that works out to be, oh my gosh, I've just forgotten what I just worked it out to be because I just quickly calculated it. I think it was 88 grams. That's right, 88. So, oh, that's carbohydrates. What am I doing, girl? 50? Nope. 45? Nope. 20%. There we go. Let's just do 20%. I think 25 would be perfect, but it's not working. I could set it by grams. So honestly, I don't care too much. I just roughly aim for between 80 and 100. That'll be fantastic. And these ones, carbs and fat, I generally don't care. So let me just try to work out that. There we go. So 40% carbs, 35% fat, 25% protein, just to get to 100 grams. In general, with my macronutrients, I literally don't care as long as I get enough protein in. Carbs and fats will make it up as they go. And I just want to make sure my calorie is right and my protein is right. So that is what I'm saving it as. So save changes. This is in my fitness pal. Okay. Cool beans. All right, let's go to food. Oh, mate, this internet. Alrighty. Now, I've got meal 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I want to do is I want to have breakfast, morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner. So I want to be having, frequent meals constantly. So let's go through meal 1 for breakfast. So this week, I want to have the bagel because they're freaking delicious. Abe's bagel. I think it's called Abel's or Abe's bagel. So we go search. Oh, what's it called? Abe's. There we go. 1 bagel, 239 calories. Add food. And I want to have it with 2 eggs. This would help if my internet was a whole lot faster, hey, but in Australia, internet's shit, isn't it? All right, now meal 2, I want to have a piece of fruit. I want to have something quick and easy because in the mornings I am in hustle mode with smashing out work. So I know I need something quick. So I just want to have a piece of fruit. I don't even know. I'll type in peach. Why'd I type in fruit? I'll just have like a peach, and then I'll have my popcorn pack in the morning. I think that will be perfect. So I have the Cobb's popcorn brand. That's just what I like. It's portion controlled. And I like it. Sorry. But I've already got one, so I'll just use this one. I know they're all the same calories, so I don't care which one. I probably would just have the salty and slightly sweet or whatever it's called. Great. While we're on snacks, I'll do my next snack. I'll just add it all into like the snacks. So this will be my afternoon snack now. I'm going to have rice cakes. So 2 rice cakes. I'm going to add a can of tuna on top. So again, something quick and easy. I know it's not going to take a lot of effort for me to have. That is what I want. Don't we all? Tuna, 95 grams. So what I'm pretty much doing is just adding in all my food, and then I'm going to suss out how my calorie intake and then how my macros are looking, and then make changes from there. It helps that I know the calories of food before I'm even typing it in, so I know roughly if I'm going to be hitting it or not. But if you don't, you just got to play around. And this is how you learn. Unfortunately, it takes time to learn, but it's so worth it. So I'm loving the Salad Server's lentil salad. This is my 3rd week having it. One of my clients got me onto it. And at first I was a bit iffy because texture. I don't know about texture sometimes. It's 1 container. So then I'll just do, so I'm going to have 0.25, so a quarter of a container for each meal. And then I'm going to buy a roast chook, or I'm going to grill up my own chicken. I'm not too sure, but I know I want about 120 grams, and I know that's going to be a good amount to have. Because I just know calories, I know the protein, I know it's going to get there. If you don't know and you don't know how much you need, then you don't know, right? So you just got to figure it out. A lot of the time we're just figuring things out as humans. We just got to play by ear. When you've done this a bazillion times, you will be like me, you just know off the top of your head. And my clients get there as well, especially because they stay in routine. All right, how many calories are we at? We've got 573 remaining. Amazing. Now, I know I want to have salmon for dinner because I've got a shit ton of salmon in the freezer because I bought a heap because it was on special and just froze it. I know 1 fillet is about 125 grams, 280 calories. I'd rather just put in the actual grams of just, I don't know what an Oz is, mate. All right, 125. Sorry if you can hear my husband talking. He's playing COD. Okay, food. I'm just going to type in vegetables because I don't care. I would just end up doing stir-fry greens because that's what I always do. And we'll just say that's 60 calories. It wouldn't even be, I don't even care about the vegetables and counting calories for that. It's just a waste of time. Alrighty. Well, that's not right. That is not right. 110 calories for 125 grams of salmon is not right, guys. So I'm going to delete that. Just notice that. That should be about 300 calories. And again, if you didn't know that, you probably would have added that in thinking you got that right, but you didn't. I didn't, I should say. Here I am like attacking you all. Nah. I know that's not right. I know it should be 300. So this is why you should always just double check. Okay, this is about 300. So I'll just add that in for 1 fillet. Fantastic. So I've got 233 calories left. My protein intake, I've already gone over my protein. That's fantastic. I need more carbohydrates in my diet, and fat of 16. That's fine. I'll probably end up adding that in with everything. But yeah, I've already gone over my protein, which is amazing. Go Sam. So what I'll do with my salmon, I'm going to add in some carbohydrates there. I'm going to do some basmati rice because I love basmati rice. And how many grams? I want to do 125 grams. The reason why I want to do 125 grams is because I get the squeeze pouch packs, and then I'll have half of that. I'm not boiling rice. And I know that's a 250 gram pouch, and I want to have half of it. So that would be 125 grams basmati rice cooked. Let's see what this turns out calorie-wise. Yeah, it's about right. Cool. And also I have a heap of Chobani squeeze pouch yogurts at like in my drawer in my fridge because they're on special for $1. We bought enough to last us until they expire. So they're only $1. So I'm like, fuck, why not? I'm just going to add one of those in. So Chobani Greek yogurt. And I'll have this as a dessert or another snack. I don't know. I'll add this one in. Squeeze pouch. Squeeze pouch. There we go. Oh, I reckon they're a little bit less than 120 calories. I know they're a bit less than that, but I'll just add that one in. That's okay. Now let's have a look through everything and what I need to improve on. So we've gone over our calorie intake. I don't really care. Like I said, I've got enough food here to get me through. I don't care about losing weight. I just want to be maintaining and having enough protein, having enough food for my weight sessions. Now, if I look through, Have I only got one piece of fruit? I do. All right. So what I'm going to do is going to have another piece of fruit with my lentil salad. It is a lighter meal. And when I've had it previously, I noticed I'm not 100% full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an orange to my salad. So I'm going to type that in. Because we want to have 2 pieces of fruit. It's something that just gets missed all the time. And even me, I just missed it then. So add that in. Great. Great. Perfect. So we're about at 1,700 calories. So I've gone over by 100 calories. So you know what? I'll probably get rid of the squeeze pouch yogurt, or I might just keep it there as a dessert if I get hungry, and then I'll have it then. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That will be my dessert if I want it, something after dinner. Because yeah, I don't need it. I've got enough protein in my diet from everything else. I don't need the extra protein from the Chobani yogurt, but if I want it, I'll have it. Okay, so that's pretty much like what you do. You just figure shit out. You just type things in, see what they come up as, double check, because if you don't know the calories in food, you probably would have added in, for example, that salmon, and you thought, oh, 100 calories. No, that's not right. It's close to 300 for a 125-gram fillet. Now, this is what I do. So I like to eat the same thing for the week and change it each week because I just don't want to have to think about it. I want to be buying more ingredients, increasing the cost of my shop when I don't need to. I just would rather, I'd just rather have the same thing and change it each week. If you have a family, it's different, right? You've got to make things different each day for the family for them to be happy with what they're having. I might stop sharing my screen now. But yeah, for them to be happy with what they're having, you've got to have something different every night, I assume, for your family. So if this is you, you need to be able to figure out about 6 different recipes or 7 different recipes that you can just rotate each week that you know will fit your calorie intake and will keep the family happy too. And that's something I work out for my clients because it's a hard thing to do, to feed the family and also try to get towards your own goals, right? It is very hard. So with my clients, I give them a heap of recipes that they can just follow and make. And that way they know they're keeping on the top of their nutrition, keeping the family happy. But if you're a not single, but an independent eater like myself, you might be happy with just having the same thing for the week or having half the week the same and the second half of the week the same. Everyone's different and everyone likes different things and prefers different frequencies for food. So you're just going to work out what works for you. Okay. That is it for today. I'm going to go write up my shopping list. I've got most of the ingredients in the fridge already, which is amazing. I don't have to buy too much more. But yeah, I'm going to write my shopping list and then I'm going to go for a run now, which is why I'm in my sports bra. Go for my run and then do my shopping on the way home. And then I am done. Happy days. All right. Well, I hope you all have a lovely week. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode and I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye.